Greetings, everybody. This is Dr. Willie Jolley coming to you here from my home in Washington, D.C. to say happy Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday to you. And happy start of my new way to reach people, to inspire them through my new organization, Jolly Good News, doing Google Hangouts. And so I've wondered, since I got my doctorate, many of you know I went back and got my doctorate of ministry a couple years ago from the California Graduate School of Theology. And I wondered how I was going to mix in inspiration and my faith message with my motivational message. And some said, "Are you going to start a church?" I said, "No, I'm not going to start a church. I'm going to find a way to reach people in a community of faith and use the biggest church kind of platform or kind of way to reach people in the world, which is the internet." So we're starting now with Jolly Good News on our Google Hangout, and I want to welcome you and say thank you for joining us. We're so glad you're joining us. And I'm excited about the opportunity to share with you as we celebrate this incredible day, some life lessons that I've learned and some success lessons I've learned from the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I was a little boy when Martin Luther King was killed. I was in elementary school. And so I didn't get to meet him or know of his work firsthand other than hearing it in the periphery. But as I grew older, I got to know more about this great man and the great work and the great ideas and the great theologies and philosophies that he shared. And then as I got to be a young man after he had been killed, and we started a process of trying to get his birthday to be a national holiday. And so I'm honored that I was able to be involved in the marches in Washington, D.C. along Pennsylvania Avenue to talk about we need a celebration for his birthday. We needed a celebration, so we would march every year in January in the cold, sometime in snow. I've got pictures of us in snow marching, and Stevie Wonder there, and the great celebrities there to say this man needed to be celebrated. So I'm very grateful that in 1983, the birthday was signed into legislation to be a national holiday, and in 1986, it actually commenced to be a national holiday. And so every year, we celebrate. My staff and I, we go to services, or I speak, I travel. And this year I said, I'm going to kick off something that I've been dreaming of, something I've been thinking about, a dream that I had, which is Jolly Good News, which is our nonprofit organization. I want you to go to jollygoodnews.org. Our nonprofit organization be able to have our first online Monday School. Monday School is an idea I got over a year ago, and I've been thinking about how to do it, and I've been wondering how best to achieve this goal, to reach a lot of people, to inspire them, and not to charge them, just to be a blessing to them, and to be an encouragement to them, and to try and help them live better and achieve more. And so we're starting Monday School. Somebody said, "What's Monday School?" It's like Sunday school, where you learn lessons about living life with biblical principles, but it's on Monday. Because I don't want to compete with churches, and most churches don't have much going on Monday night. They have Bible studies on Tuesday and Wednesday nights, and they have other things during the week. But Monday is usually a pretty open night. I said, we'll go with Monday School, like Sunday school, but on Monday. And the lessons and life lessons and scriptural and Bible-based philosophies that I believe in and I espouse and I share. So I said, it would be great to start this on Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, because he inspired me. He blessed me mightily. His life blessed me. So here's some of the lessons I share that I've shared in churches over the years, as well as in graduations, as well as in Black History Month programs, as well as in Martin Luther King Jr. programs. The 3 Ds for determining your destiny. That I learned some of these processes and principles from Dr. Martin Luther King, and then I just share how he would have shared these principles with you. First, dream. You got to dream. Martin Luther King stood on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial in 1963 and said 4 famous words: I have a dream. Notice he didn't say I have a wish, I have a hope, I have an idea, I have a concept. He said, I have a dream. And why is that so significant? Because scripture says, without a vision, a people perish. What goes unsaid there, though, is with a vision, a people will flourish. So without a vision, a people will perish. And with a vision, a people will flourish. That dreams have substance. The Bible talks over and over again in Joel and in Acts that your young men shall see visions, your old men will dream dreams. It talks about dreams over and over again, the power of dreams. Martin Luther King talked about a dream. He didn't talk about a wish, because wishes have no substance. We throw a penny in a wishing well. We wish upon a star, and we don't expect anything to come on. But dreams have power. Dreams have impact. Dreams have presence. Dreams make a difference. Dreams can and do come true. Michael Jordan was asked in an interview what made him such an incredible basketball player. His answer was, when he was in high school, he was cut from the basketball team for not being good enough. He went home that night and dreamed about doing impossible things with the basketball because he wanted to prove to the coach had made a mistake. Once he saw it out in here, he tried it out there on the basketball court, and he did it. Duke Ellington was asked how he created such incredible music. He said, I dream a lot. Muhammad Ali was asked how he revolutionized the boxing industry. He said, I created a personality that people either loved or they hated. Those who loved me came to see me win. Those who hated me came to see me lose. In the meantime, every seat was taken. Folks, dreams have power. There's a dream inside of you. But many times our dreams get covered over with muck and mire. People telling you it's not possible. People talking you out of it, discouraging you. I want to encourage you tonight to dream. I want to encourage you every day to wake up and start dreaming. Write out your dreams. Write out your goals and the things that you want to achieve. But it all starts with a dream. So I'm encouraging you to dream. First is you got to dream. Next, the next D is you must decide. See, Martin Luther King said, I dream one day my 4 little children will be watched and looked at not by the color of their skin, judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. And so he had a dream. He dreamt about the beloved community. He had a dream about the fact that one day there would be an African-American president. He dreamed it. He talked about it in the 1960s. And today we've seen that dream become a reality. Dreams have power. Folks, I'm encouraging you to make your mind up that you're going to dream big dreams and then make a commitment to live those dreams. Now, if you're going to live those dreams, what must you do? After you dream, you got to decide. That's the second D. You got to decide. You got to make some decisions. Decision is taken from the Greek word to cut. If you make an incision, you cut in. If you make a decision, you cut off. If you're going to live your dreams, you got to cut off some of the things that have kept you from living your dreams. And you got to cut off some of the people who have discouraged you from living your dreams. You got to make some decisions. And they're going to be hard. And they're going to be uncomfortable. And they're going to be difficult to do these things. But they are going to be critical and necessary if you're going to live your dreams. I want you to live your dreams with power. So you got to make the decision to live your dream. Martin Luther King said that the measure of a man is not where he stands in times of comfort and convenience, but where he stands or she stands in times of challenge and crisis. You're going to have to make some tough decisions. One of the tough decisions you're going to have to make is a decision to stop hanging around with negative people. Small-minded, itty-bitty, petty-thinking people. If you listen to me ever speak, you'll hear me pound this over and over again. You must stay away from negative, small-minded, itty-bitty, petty-thinking people because they will kill your dreams. And many times there are people who are not trying to kill your dreams. They're not even trying to be mean-spirited. They might be family members, friends, cousins, relatives, neighbors, just people who think they can tell you something to So your life, tell you something so you won't have to struggle. It won't be painful. But let me let you in on a secret. It's painful either way. If you do nothing with your life, it's painful. If you go out here and conquer the world, it's going to be painful. So I said you got to go through pain anywho. You might as well go for the gusto. Am I right about it? I know that's true. When I was in junior high school, I used to play trumpet with a band. And I'd go to band practice and play my trumpet. My parents would say to me, why aren't you singing with that band? You sing at home, you sing at school, you sing at church. You should be singing. I said, really? They said, yeah. So they said, go ahead and sing. And I went to band practice that day and said, guys, can I sing today? They said, yeah, go ahead and sing. And I started singing, and everybody said it sounded good except one guy who I thought was my best friend. He was the lead singer. He said, man, you can't sing. You sound terrible. And he started laughing, and mom mentality took over, and everybody else started laughing. I felt about this big. I wanted to cry, but I couldn't let my boys see me cry, so I walked over the corner and said, I'll never sing again as long as I live. And for 3 years, I kept that vow. I didn't sing at home, at school, at church. I would not even sing at people's birthday parties when everybody said happy birthday, because I was ashamed. Well, 3 years went by. One night I'm playing my trumpet in a nightclub. Band leaders, people everywhere, dancing, having a good time. Band leaders gets the note. Singer sick. He looked around and said, somebody got to sing. Willie, come over and sing. I said, no, I can't sing. He said, no, I want you to sing. I said, no, I can't sing. No, I want you to sing. I said, I don't care what you want. I'm not singing for you or anybody else. He said, who are you getting an attitude with? I said, I'm not singing. I don't care what you say. He said, yes, you are. I said, no, I'm not. He said, you either sing or you fired. At that point, it became an easy choice. I started singing as loud as I could and as strong as I could. And when I opened my eyes, people stopped dancing and were just looking. And I sang and they clapped. And I sang and they clapped. And I sang and they clapped. End of the night, people were lined up here, lined up there, lined up over here. So I asked them, could I sing at their wedding, at their graduation, at their reception, at this or that. Finally hit me like a ton of bricks. My friend had lied to me. Since that time, I've sung on Broadway, Carnegie Hall, Kennedy Center. I won the Washington Area Music Association Whammy Award 5 times in a row for being the best jazz singer, best inspirational singer, best entertainer, best performer, because I was singing. I've done jingles, radio, television. I've been around the world singing. My new music product is one of the top-selling songs on motivational music on iTunes. Isn't that amazing? Because I stopped listening to negative people. Dr. King would encourage you to make the decision to not listen to negative people. Think about all of the people who told him that it was a waste of his time. All the people who tried to talk to him, and many of them were the great leaders of that time of African Americans, said his philosophy was not going to work. His strategy was not going to work. But he did not listen. He kept going. And he did it with a spirit of commitment. So you got to dream, got to decide, got to be committed to that decision. And then you got to do. That's the next D. You got to do. You really do have to take action. You have to take action on your dreams and goals. We recently had our goal setting seminar here in Washington, D.C. because I made up my mind that this year we were going to do something phenomenal. This year, I'm all in. I'm just going all out. Just no hesitation, no holding back. That's why I'm kicking off this Google Hangout as my community now. You're part of my community. And I want you to share this on Monday nights. I don't know if it's going to be every Monday night yet or not, but on Monday nights, I'm going to do a Google Hangout, or it's going to be available every Monday. I don't even have to pre-record it or something, because I want you to be able to have new content somehow, some way. And I'm all in on all the things we're doing, setting goals. If you haven't set your goals, I encourage you to set your goals. Now, a goal is a dream with a deadline. So I hope you set some goals. If you don't know how to go do goals, we're going to have another seminar in February. So if you're connected to my newsletter, you'll be able to attach to that seminar. It was just phenomenal. We had people drive in. No one flew in. They drove in. One guy from Atlanta, he drove 14 hours. A carload of ladies from Delaware. People came from all over to be part of this seminar. It was packed. And so we want to do that again. We want to help people to have some goals. But let me tell you why it's so important for you to set these goals. Because this is going to be an incredible year. And if you're going to have that incredible year, you got to do. And if you're going to do, you have to make a commitment to have a plan of action. It doesn't have to be in concrete, but you have to have a plan. So you got to do. You got to take some action. So you got to dream. You got to decide. You got to be committed to that decision. And then you got to do. You got to take action. A vision without an action is an illusion. And an action without a vision is mere confusion. Oh, but a vision and action put together can give your life a massive transfusion. I'm encouraging you to take action. To dream, decide, make a commitment to the decisions, and then do. Take action. And then when you act, I want you to do the best you can with what you have to work with. Start where you are. See, Martin Luther King said, if you cannot fly, then run. And if you cannot run, then walk. And if you cannot walk, then crawl. Whatever you do, go forward. Keep going forward. Keep moving forward. I'm encouraging you to move forward. And then I want you to do one more. Do the best at what you can with what you can. You don't have to have all the resources. You don't have to. I don't have all the resources to start a big arena-sized organization where I go and inspire people, but I'm starting with you on Google Hangout. And we're going to do more of this until we got more and more people joining in. And then one day you're going to see me in your city in an arena. And I want you to come. I want you to bring your friends and family members. Just start where you are. Some of you have some big goals and dreams. How many got some goals and dreams you want to achieve this year? But you've been maybe hesitant because everything's not lined up. All the ducks are not lined up. Start where you are. And just make a commitment to do the best you can do with what you have. Pursue excellence. What did Martin Luther King say about it? He said it like this. If a man is called to be a street sweeper, he should sweep streets like Michelangelo painted, like Beethoven composed music, like Shakespeare wrote poetry. He should sweep streets so well that all the hosts of heaven and earth will say, there lives a great street sweeper who did his job well. I want that to be your legacy, to do your job well. Do all you can with what you got and be the best you can with what you got. And finally, I want you to make a commitment, not just to success. Or we'll judge your success by the money you make and the car you drive and the house you live in and the clothes you wear and some material things. You'll get that. That's okay. But I want you also to make a commitment, not just to success, but to make a commitment to strive for greatness. Greatness. And greatness is judged by service. It's great judged by service. I love this quote by Dr. King. In fact, I'll bring it to you because it's so profound. I love this one. And I spoke at a church yesterday. I shared it with them. They really loved it. He said it like this. He said, if you want to be important, that's wonderful. And if you want to be recognized, that's wonderful. It's okay, great. And if you want to be successful, that's wonderful. And if you want to be great, that's wonderful. Just keep in mind the true new definition of greatness, that he who is the greatest servant is the greatest person. He said, and you can be a servant. Everybody can be a servant. Everybody can be a great person because everyone can serve. You don't have to have a college education to serve. You don't have to make your subject and verb agree to serve. You don't have to know about Plato and Aristotle to serve. You don't have to know about Einstein's theory of relativity to serve. You don't have to know the second theory of thermodynamics and physics to serve. All you need is a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love. And you can serve and you can be great. There's greatness in society. Make the decision to make an impact. Look here. Let's look at his life. He was a dreamer. He made tough decisions. He made a commitment to those decisions. He had a desire to do great things and the best he could with what he had to work with. He didn't have a lot of money, but he was a great servant. Now that's greatness. See, look at this. First of all, he never lived to see 40 years old. He was 39. Next, he didn't have a lot of money. If you ever hear his speech, the drum major impact, In that drum major impact, he talked about the fact, he said, when I die, what do I want him to say in my eulogy? Not that I won a Nobel Peace Prize, not that I won hundreds and hundreds of awards, not that I went to some of the best schools. No, that I came here to serve. If I can help somebody as I pass along, if I can help somebody with a word, a song, if I can help somebody, then my living will not be in vain. Good God Almighty. I want you to live that kind of life. I want to encourage you. I want to inspire you. I want to empower you to serve, make a difference, and make a life that you will leave a legacy so that when people 100 and 200 years from now hear your name, they'll know you came this way. We will remember Martin Luther King Jr. for the rest of eternity because he made a commitment to serve and he made a commitment to leave a legacy and an impact and an imprint on this world. You can do the same. I'm encouraging you to plant trees you'll never sit under, to make an impact and leave a legacy. So dream, decide, make a commitment to that decision, do, take action, commit to be excellent in everything you touch, and give it all you got. I know that you will see great results as a result of it, and God will bless you. So I hope this Jolly School, Monday School, Jolly Good News presentation was a blessing to you. Was it? Email me, please. Let me know. I have no idea unless you tell me. Follow us on Twitter at Willie Jolley. But email us. In fact, here's the hashtag if you want to send out some of these quotes. It's hashtag WJMLK. WJMLK. So just hashtag WJMLK. And if you want to be a partner with us, let me tell you what my goals are for Jolly Good News. I got a lot of goals for this organization. One, to create this community of millions of people globally who will be inspired to live better and achieve more. So I'm going to give you tips every time I'm on here, how to live better and achieve more based on biblical principles that God designed you to make a difference. He sent you into this world to make an impact, to serve others. And so we'll be back with more of those lessons on how to do that. But if you want to see this continue to prosper, I need you to continue to tell folks about it. And we have two major goals to start with, or two major projects. The first one I want to really on my heart, that God has laid it on my heart, is to impact people in prison. Because I get so many notes from people in prison who said, would you send me your book, A Setback is a Setup for a Comeback? I made a mistake. I was in the wrong place. I was with the wrong people. I know better now. But you know what? They need to know that they are encouraged. And this came to me as a result of being in the gym one day. I was doing some sit-ups. Guy came over to me and he said, hey, sir, you're not doing them right. I said, well, show me how to do them, my man. He showed me how to do them. I said, thank you. Wow, you're doing them much better. I learned a lot from you. Thank you. What's your name? He said, my name is David. I said, David, nice to meet you. I put my hand out, shook his hand. He said, what's your name, sir? I said, I'm Willie Jolley. Nice to meet you. He said, Willie Jolley? Like the author? The speaker? Yeah. He said, it looked like he just got ashen looking. He said, would you come with me for a minute? He went in his back room, closed the door, and he just started crying. Big, strong guy just started just crying overwhelmingly. I said, what's wrong? He said, I was in jail a year and a half ago, ready to kill myself because I got convicted for a crime I didn't do, but I still got convicted. And I thought my life was over and I was ready to commit suicide, hang myself in the jail. And my mama sent me your book, A Setback and Setup for a Comeback. And I read that book and it gave me hope. And then a project, an amnesty project, found out that I was unjustly convicted. And they started working on it. In that meantime, I was also, after I read your book, started working on my certification as a personal trainer. And I got out. And now I'm working. This is my first job. Thought I'd never meet you. I said, my God. I said, that's why God had me write that book. It's for you and people like you. I always tell people the book didn't come from me. It came through me. Setback, Setup for a Comeback. So we're going to put that book in every prison in America, male and female, juvenile justice. I want to put it in there the way they need it because they have to have them printed a certain size and a certain way and a certain texture. Whatever they need, I would do it. We will put those books so people can know that their past does not equal their future, and that they can start to change their thinking so they will never go back there again when they get out. So that's my first project. Second project is take my DVD for children, which is the #1 selling youth video in America, Dare to Dream, Dare to Win, and put that into every school, every YMCA, every boys club, every rec center, everywhere where young people are gathered so that they can use it and play it and make it a resource so that we won't have them going to jail where we have to send them a book. We will short circuit that process by getting them a mindset that they can be successful without any illegal activities. So youth video, book, setback, setup for comeback in written form and audio form, that we can start to change the thinking of our young people and those who could be wonderful returning citizens for our country and great resources to our society. So those are my first two. If you want to partner with me on those, go to jollygoodnews.org. jollygoodnews.org and make a donation, whatever blesses your heart to do. And then we're going to be doing more of these because God has blessed me tremendously to be able to speak around the world, to be able to have my wife work with me, to be able to run our own company, to be able to live in a beautiful home. God has blessed me. And you know what I say in my radio show? I hope you listen to my Sirius XM show every week, 4 o'clock on Saturdays on channel 141, replays Monday morning at 8 a.m. and then replays again Wednesday morning at 11 a.m. And I'm very honored that we just found out it's the #1 motivational inspiration show on Sirius XM because Oprah just shut her channel down. She was #1, I was #2. Now I guess I'm #1. Anyway, what I say on the show every week is God's gift to you is life. Your gift to God is what you do with your life. Do something magnificent with your life and make a difference. So, again, I want to thank you for joining us on this first Google Hangout, jollygoodnews.org. We'll do more. Send me an email. Go to williejolly.com. Send me an email or send us a note. So just let us know what you think. Our email address is info@williejolly.com. info@williejolly.com. Remember to tweet out these messages that we share with you, that we share with you, that the tweet or the hashtag WJMLK, hashtag WJMLK. And I'm just so grateful for all of you who have joined us for this first one. You'll be able to say, I was on the first Monday School he did online, when millions of people are checking us out and joining our community. When millions of people globally, you'll be able to say, I was on the first one. In fact, I got to figure out some way. I got a way to show how much I'm grateful to you. So let's see. I tell you what. The book, It Only Takes a Minute to Change Your Life. I don't know, hopefully you all have that book. If you don't have that book, order the book. Call my office. That's it. Call my office tomorrow, this week, because they'll replay it, and say, I was on the first one. I want to order the book. It Only Takes a Minute to Change Your Life. Or Setback. Any of the books. Just whatever. Get them all, in fact. But say I was on the first one, and I will personally autograph them, sign it, date it, and say thank you for being one of the first ones. Keep that as a collector's item, a collector's edition of being one of the first who listen in on this program. I hope that works. Cheryl will tell me. I want to thank Cheryl Reagan from my staff who taught me how to do the Google Hangout, who's my brains here. She's my mastermind. I want to thank my wife, Dee Taylor Jolley, who has stayed with me with all of these changes in my life, from a nightclub singer to an inspirational singer, to become a speaker for young people, for children, to become a speaker for adults and colleges, to be able to shut my business and struggle, to go back to school to get my doctorate and stop speaking for almost a year, to be able to keep the things in the air. She kept the bills up in the air while I was working on my dissertation. And for just being willing to go with me now to my next place. We're on our way to the next place. And I hope you'll go with me. I want to thank my wife, Dee. I want to thank you. And I'll close for those who hear me say it. They know I didn't say it today, but to get started, you have only just a minute. Only 60 seconds in it. It's forced upon you. You can't refuse it. You didn't seek it. You didn't choose it. But it's up to you to use it. You must suffer if you lose it. Give account if you abuse it. Just a tiny little minute. But an eternity is in it. God bless you. Have a great day. Great week. Hope to see you next week. Or at least the next time I do it, you'll be notified when I'm gonna do it again, which I hope will be next week. And we can get it all going. And we'll do this and keep growing this community. Amen. God bless you. Go to jollygoodnews.org and partner with us if you want to be a partner, and then send us an email at info@williejolly.com. I love you. May God bless you and may heaven shine upon you. Have a great day.